Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca, and Beautified by Romina. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regina Elena, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Hi, Regine.
Hi, Scott.
Are you sleepy?
Yeah. Are you? Because you got a lot of energy this morning.
Yeah, but it's tired energy. Although I think you're more tired than I am.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode
242 of The Sit Down.
of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. It's been
a busy week.
Busy week, busy weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Last night was the Canada Galaxy Pageant 2023.
The 5th annual Canada Galaxy Pageant.
5 years of Galaxy.
And of course, we were both there. You doing the live stream.
Yeah, I used my new skills as a live streamer.
New skills?
I don't know. As a live streamer to live stream the event. So if you watched it last night, it was me clicking around and doing stuff.
And it was my voice in the background as one of the
stage.
official MCs. I mean, for the people watching it virtually.
They saw you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
You were on camera.
Well, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so kind of tired today.
Just a little, but we do have more royalty this weekend because we have some fantastic queens in the room who were also at Canada Galaxy Pageants last night.
That's right. Should we bring them in? Oh, wait, we didn't even introduce ourselves.
Oh, let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Scott Dion Brown, joined by the greatest co-host in all the galaxy.
Regina Elena.
Yay. And yes, so we do have royalty here.
But wait, question for you before we bring them on. Why are you wearing your Team Regina t-shirt?
It seemed fitting, right?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't competing.
You know, it's...
you should have worn it yesterday when I was actually on stage.
Yeah. That would have been smarter. I didn't think about it. Well, at the time, because I wore all black, because, I was one of the crew. I know, it actually would have worked.
Anyway.
Next time. Missed opportunities, Regina.
Yeah.
Shall we bring in our guests?
Yes, because this is not a missed opportunity. Because when we knew that they were going to be in town, we had to bring them all on because they're all from different parts of Canada.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just bring them in.
We have the reigning queens or the first ever queens of Canadian National Miss and their national director. Joining us, we have the team.
There they are.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, y'all.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Let's go down the line, I guess, yeah.
Sure. I'll start. Hi, guys. My name's Elizabeth Marnock, and I am the National Director of Canadian National Miss, and here are my inaugural queens.
Yes. Hey, y'all. I'm Queen. Just Queen, only Queen, and I am your Canadian National Miss.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mia, and I am your first ever Canadian National Miss.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm your French queen this year, and I am from New Brunswick. I'm your Canadian National Teen.
Yay!
Welcome to the show, all of you.
Thank you.
Welcome for some new joiners and some friendly faces who have been here before. But they're no stranger to either of us because we were actually part of the first, thanks for having us, Liz, the first ever Canadian National Miss Pageant.
That's right.
How has your reign been so far? It's been, what, 2 months? 3 months?
I guess it's already been a couple months, which is pretty wild.
2 months.
How's it been?
It's been a wild trip of a run. I think one of the things is that right after into the summer, you're getting right back into that September school, work, life energy. So I think right off the bat, it can be a little hectic. But it's been a very beautiful experience to reconnect with people, take opportunities to volunteer, and just be able to reconnect and learn with some of our queens. Like we've had this amazing group chat that keeps us connected.
Love that.
Yeah, we're all kind of like dispersed, so it's like we haven't seen each other since we were crowned.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited to be. I'm just excited to be in Toronto and seeing everyone again, because it's like you feel so disconnected. I feel disconnected because I live in Manitoba.
Yes. I mean, we're connected online, of course, but it's never the same, you know. So I'm really happy to be here with you guys.
Okay, let's talk about it really quickly. So you said you're all in different provinces. So Liz, how is it as a national director trying to be in touch with your queens? You have one in Ontario, one in Manitoba, one, Ottawa, but from New Brunswick. How do you do it?
Well, thank goodness for technology. But honestly, I kind of knew going into the pageant that I had a very strong chance of having a wide scope of Canadians from all over the different provinces, because we had so much Canadian representation. Even though it was our inaugural year and it was a smaller pageant, we had huge diversity, so it was fabulous, and I was ready to take that on. I mean, the only thing that really changes is the flights to the cruise that we take. So Mia's giving me a bit of a hard time with this Winnipeg airport, but no, it's gonna be really fun, and yeah, I'm glad that we were able to connect this weekend and they made the time to come out. So thanks, guys. Love seeing you.
Did you guys do anything fun this weekend while you're all together?
Breakfast.
We went to breakfast.
We ate food.
Yay.
So good.
That's all you need. Food.
It's going to be a common theme with CNM. All the trips and everything is going to be heavy food related. So we just get it started already.
Liz already said she's planning out all of her meals on the cruise.
Oh yeah.
She knows exactly what she wants to eat.
I love to cruise, and so I kind of know what I already like, but I plan anyway. I'm kind of weird like that.
So you're talking about this cruise. So Canadian National Miss, you win a cruise, for people who don't know?
Yeah, so Canadian National Miss is a national level pageant. So instead of taking the girls to an international competition, we go on an international cruise. We go on a vacation. And on top of that, to kind of celebrate the Canadian in us, we also have a Canadian Royalty weekend. So this year it was announced at our hometown party that we're going to Bloom Mountain Resort for a fun little weekend together. So there'll be people flying them out again and having a fun weekend on top of our Bahamas cruise that we'll be taking in February. So
whoa,
we're really excited. I hope we're excited.
Oh
Yeah.
Definitely excited for that.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say, I think I said this briefly at the other show before, but I would say, like, I'm just really impressed how, like, there was a thing that didn't exist, and then because of your, like, just,
it was an idea.
It's like now you've created this whole event, and then people from all over the country are like in it. I don't know. It just
was
feels
literally
like
coast to coast to coast, which you don't always see in a pageant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just thinking in my mind, I'm like, wow. I let's say I made an event, but like, what if nobody came?
Her room, it was full packed. It was a full packed event. The stage was full. The audience was full. Yeah, that's all I got.
It was an awesome event.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about, I guess, how did it start? When you, I guess, decided that you wanted to have your own pageant, but then also, like, I don't know. Me in my head, I'm thinking I don't even know where I would even start. You know what I mean? Like I think of all these pageants that exist, but I don't know. I'm gonna make one. You know what I mean? So what was that like? Just how did it get started?
Yeah, I mean, for me, those who know me, I'm business girly. I maybe start too many of them, but I have always been a very independent person, and I kind of always have a lot of creative things roaming around in my head, and it really bothers me when I don't kind of see them to fruition. This one was probably the biggest one that I've tackled for sure. I'm only 22, so kind of tackling this was was difficult, more than I had anticipated, but I've competed in pageants since I was 10 years old, and basically this pageant was an accumulation of all of the things that I've loved in pageantry. I've competed a lot in the US systems, and that's kind of more my basis, so I wanted to bring more of that to Canada and to do a national level pageant. There's a lot of absolutely fabulous pageants that take the girls to international competitions. Also, there's other just national pageants as well. We're not the only one, of course. But I wanted to just provide another opportunity, something different, a different kind of prize package, a new opportunity, and just everything that I've loved from pageants, and hopefully that other people would also see value in as well. And it's been a great experience, and it came to life really well. It was a lot of work. But, I can't do it without all the help of, my friends, my family, Regine, Scott, all these people who have really lent a helping hand. And most importantly, the girls who signed up. Not only these 3 lovely ladies here, but every single contestant that had faith in me to enter a pageant that never existed. When I tell you I had no social media of real people, this event did not happen before. I didn't have an international
stock images.
No, seriously, and it was really hard to market something and convince people to be like, I can do this. It's going to be fun. I promise. Please. Because without those people, it doesn't work.
So let's ask those 3 people. What was it about Canadian National Miss? Like Liz said, there's no proof in the pudding that this pageant is going to be amazing. Right. Why did you sign up?
Sure, yeah, I can start. I've known Liz for a while now through the Galaxy system. So honestly, my major part in joining was just because I know Liz is an amazing person, and I trust her not to take my money and run away. But I definitely feel like CNM has its own unique things that make you want to go there instead of going somewhere else. We were talking about this in the car. The round robin interview is so different. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun, and I feel like that's just a way to describe how CNM was this year, because it was different, and you're walking into something completely unknown, but then it ended up being a really great experience.
So what is the round robin interview?
Yeah, so the round robin interview is there was 5 judges in the room and 5 other girls in the room, and then you rotate, and it's speed dating with judges. So all
at once.
At first it was very intimidating, because I'm kind of an ADHD person, where I'm I'm gonna be hearing all these other conversations, I'm gonna get distracted, but none of that happened, and it was just a lot less stressful than sitting in front of a panel of 10 people and being interviewed. So don't be afraid to try new things.
I just want to, before we go to Queen and Catherine, so you've been in pageants many, many, many times for many years. What was it about Canadian National Miss that made it different? Besides
from other
pageants, because you've been competing since you were 11, younger.
Oh, younger, yeah, 8, almost 9. Well, I mean, I have kind of shifted it in pageantry. I started out doing glitz, so I mean, just off the bat, it's a lot different from that. I think the events in themselves they have their own unique things. I mean, our hometown party, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And that's I don't think I've ever done a hometown party like that before. And also just the girls. It's just it's a really good environment. Everyone is rooting for each other, and it's not like a vicious place to be where you're worried that people are hoping that you fall or start crying on stage, so yeah, the environment is also just different with having people that support each other and want to actually form relationships for the future.
Okay, so then for Queen, great answer. Sorry. For Queen and Catherine, also to the two of you, why Canadian National Miss?
I think for myself, I was coming out of retirement. It's
yes,
been
you were.
10 years since my first and only pageant that I ever did, but I was in the pageant industry for a long time, helping Black and Indigenous queens with their talent or their walks, and I choreographed for Canada United World, which is amazing. Big shout out to Chioma there. But for me, Liz and I met through different realms every like once in a while saw each other, but for I think there's a lot of intentional, thoughtful work behind a lot of what you put into Canada National Miss in terms of like your morals, in terms of where your business stands, in terms of ensuring diversity. I don't know if everybody puts those thoughts in first and foremost into those things. I also really loved that there wasn't a bathing suit and we had an opportunity to do a personal introduction. For someone like myself, like I'm an activist at heart, so having an opportunity to tell people about my platform, not just your judges, but the full audience that you want to get to know you and follow you, is a really amazing opportunity. While I love swimsuit, and I'm like, shout out for the Bati Yadi I think, you know, like the Trump World Miss Universe at that time took hold of that kind of like swimsuit media thing, and I thought it was a good way to just take a step back and see women for just different levels of their fashion or their platform.
How about you, Catherine?
So going to Canadian National Miss was a little bit of a challenge for me because I am a French queen and this was my first ever English pageant. So English is not my first language, and that kind of added a challenge when you know that every girl is English and you're not. And I was like, am I still gonna have a chance, right? Like, am I at a disadvantage because I don't speak English at first? But no. And that I really want to thank Liz for that. Thank you for making us French queens feel appreciated. Another thing that Canadian National Miss really struck like to me was the no height requirement. I'm a petite queen. I'm 5'0". Like this is short, y'all. Okay, this is short, and with all those height requirements in pageant, it's so easy to not feel like you fit the beauty standard. I don't feel like I fit the beauty standard in many pageant organization. I feel like I'm not enough. I feel like even though I have this huge personality and beautiful qualities, they don't see that. All they see is that you're not tall enough, right? So Canadian National Miss really showed me like how I can just be myself and I am appreciated for whatever height I am. And I really want to thank Liz again for giving us all a platform. I feel like platform was a really, really big thing for this pageant weekend, and it was so incredible to see all those girls standing up for what like they believe in. That was very refreshing to see.
She says she's not good at French. I'm like, English. I'm like, what do you mean?
But you did a lot of like classes and like you put in a lot of effort and accountability to yourself too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I had a coach for enunciation and practicing my English just to make sure in interview I was sounding correct.
I remember interview morning because her roommate is also from New Brunswick, so they're both French speaking, and I told both of them, I'm like, do not speak any more French the minute you go into your room. English for the rest of the morning.
Yes. We went, like, me and my French roommate went to Denny's to get breakfast.
Good old Denny's.
And she was talking to me in French. I was like, no, we're English people today. This has to be an English conversation. We have to get in the mindset.
Yeah.
And I think it went pretty well. I felt really comfortable in interview. Of course, the accent is speaking true, but I mean,
that's
personality, right?
We love
personality.
Yeah.
And the best part about all of that is what all you guys have said was another reason why I wanted to do my own pageant. I didn't have to follow rules of a franchise, right? I could be like, whatever my values are, whatever I believe in, I can make the rules. And if I want to switch it one day, like I switched divisions, I added a Mrs. division, I wanted that, add it, and it's nice that I'm able to do that so that I can, honestly tell each person, you have a concern about being French Canadian. Well, I can tell you, this is not going to be a problem because this and that. You have a problem with, Queen was wondering about tattoos when
I
she
came like 7 times. I was like, are you sure?
And that's okay. And
are you positive I can have my tattoo?
And the thing is, I can't control what a judge writes on the pen and paper, but I can control how I instruct the judges and what I believe in. And there, it's a pageant. It's subjective, of course, but at the root of the pageant, it was really important that people weren't being judged on any physical attributes, background, anything like that. So, and I think we were able to accomplish that, and we've seen some great diversity in our first set of queens, which is lovely.
But you also saw the diversity on stage.
On stage with just everyone.
With whoever was a contestant, but also like what they wore and how they presented themselves on stage. It was beautiful to see.
Yeah. So was it a lot of the things that came from, so when you were designing the pageant for yourself, was it very much like, you were kind of taking things that maybe you loved in other pageants, or like, oh, that would be really cool, or oh, I've seen this done, but I bet it would be way better if so you kind of built it that way, just kind of find the best elements.
I was picking and choosing elements that I really loved and kind of taking away things that I didn't love as much. And again, subjective, people like different things, so I didn't know how that was going to take. You know, my opinion isn't, the end all be all of pageants, so you have to kind of see. But I also was able to incorporate some of my own like personal, like, again, values and things that I think were just lacking just in general across the board from all the pageants I've been in. Yeah. So I love that I was able to just create that. I was just wild, but
I'm laughing in my head because Liz just said I was able to take the things that I love and incorporate it. I'm like, you love drag shows, and what did we get at the hometown party?
Basically,
this girl like dropped to the ground.
Splits. Oh my god.
Party. Yeah. Good thing we don't have the junior teens anymore. I love you the most, but I think the party is gonna have to remain that level of fun.
But I think that's like really intentional work that you put in to your thoughts. And like when I like do my work as an artist, you like go to festivals sometimes and they don't even think about the artist, and then you go to like another and you can feel that. That's how I felt with like this pageant. Like the queens were like the first in the thought. I think you probably even put yourself like after the queens in terms of like taking care of you too. But like queens were always thought of like, how are they going to react to this? How are they going to feel? How is this going to make them feel? So I feel like that really held true to not only the girls that we got as delegates, but as our experience.
We felt important. Like we really did all weekend.
Good.
We felt important. We felt valued. And like, I know pageants are such like a big business. It's an industry. But who makes pageants are the contestants. So I was really happy to see how much you like put importance on us.
Of course. Seriously, we didn't work without you guys. Quite stressed, but thank you for coming.
No, but I can attest to what they're all saying because I was one of your soundboards to the idea of even you running a pageant. And the minute you said it, I was like, oh my God, yes. If anyone in the Canadian pageant system can pull off an amazing pageant, it'd be you. And like Scott said, you literally pulled all the things you love from pageants and the things you don't like in pageants and didn't even think about adding them. And I think the reason why you were so successful your first year, and I think I've told you this, it's because everyone trusts you. People know who you are. You are a very genuine person. I won't make you cry, I promise. But you're such a genuine person, and it shows. Like, look at all the people who blindly went into Canadian National Miss trusting you.
Basically, just trusting your the reputation,
the person that you are.
And that was kind of what I was really pushing. But there was also a lot of people that have never met me, and I was like, I didn't want it just to be accumulation of people who I've just met before. Of course, right? I love all my pageant friends, and of course, Canadian pageants are it's a small community. So yes, I knew a good amount of the girls. But like I had never met Catherine before, and I hadn't met a lot of the contestants. So I also had to just put more validity on my pageant in general, and I did that with the sponsors. So I brought in some coaching sponsors and other people that are well known within the industry to kind of be like, hey, they believe in me. Maybe you can too. Because it can't just be me. It takes a whole village of people to create an event like that.
It's a monarchy.
It really is. So I'm thankful for literally everybody that was a part of it, and especially the sponsors. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So what are you? Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, I was just going to quickly say, shout out Thomas, 1411 Experiment. Thank you so much for the $2 USD super chat. Thanks.
Thank you, Thomas. He saw all the queens on stage. He's like, I want to be noticed.
Donate. There you go. So thanks, Thomas.
Thomas.
Hope you're having a nice Sunday morning.
He's probably like, why did they start so late?
Oh yeah, we did start a little bit late. Well,
apologies.
It's okay. No. It's not your fault.
We're having breakfast.
It's not your fault. They love their food.
It was a long. It's been a long weekend.
It was also a long night. Yeah.
It was a long night.
Yeah.
She was taking too long in the kitchen.
Cora.
She's getting a little bit too old.
Yeah, everybody's just having we're all a little bit slower moving
Just a little.
this weekend.
I was doing hair and makeup all weekend. So 4 a.m. wake up times and 5 a.m. So it's been a weekend.
I was coaching, so mornings. Oh God, why do I do that to myself?
We always do.
Why do we do
Because I
this
think
to ourselves?
because you despite all of that, you still kind of love the pageant
love
world,
it.
right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We love the chaos.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The chaos of pageantry.
One thing I do kind of want to ask about is, and you don't have to mention any specific things, but like we talked about how there are things that we don't like in pageants. And this question's for everybody, but I just like, are there things that you sort of maybe you consistently see, or like there are a lot of times when pageants just like I know one of you mentioned. Well, I'm just curious. I think I think Queen, you mentioned like there are pageants where it feels like the people competing are like not even thought of at all, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just curious if there are other things. Like I'm thinking, for example, like as an artist playing band stuff, I play shows where like I remember like it's like they put no time for the transition between the two bands. So it's like it guarantees the show runs way late because it's like you can't change over one band to another in 1 minute. You know,
You can't.
Yeah, apparently not. Especially if you expect everybody to take their instruments on. Anyways, that's my own little pet peeve from live bands. So I'm just curious, are there pageant things that you guys have encountered? Because a lot of you guys have.
What's your pageant ick?
Yeah.
Ooh, I have a good one, but it's not director related at all.
That's okay.
You know what really bothers me is like, okay, you know how Miss Congeniality is like it's not going anywhere. It's sticking around. We're gonna continue to give out Miss Congeniality awards. However, there are some girls that like you can really tell that they're vying for Miss Congeniality.
Yeah.
And it's like it gets to a point where it's like where it just is so kind of obnoxious, and I just wish that people could just feel comfortable like being themselves because it's a lot to deal with sometimes.
So in fact, actually, can you quickly, because honestly, I don't really even know what that award is, other than I know that it was a movie.
It's like the friendly.
So what is it? So what? Yeah, what is it actually?
Who is the most like Sandra Bullock?
I knew it. I knew that's what it was. Who's actually an FBI agent?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Who's the mole?
But so it's like kind of the person who like.
It's a peer voted. It's like a valedictorian.
And everyone's like, oh, this is the person that just had that special person. Everyone kind of likes.
Yeah, they're just like helpful to everyone.
Friendly.
Like, and it's not about like having friends or anything. It's just that you're just like a person for the whole pageant community that weekend.
Yes.
But I get what you mean, where there's those people that kind of just like, I'm going in, I'm going to be Miss Congeniality, I'm going to make you all like me.
And it feels very fake.
It feels very fake, yes.
And then the pageant ends. And then
you never see
and then the true colors show up.
And then it's like the complete flip, and they're actually just like unhinged. And it's wild.
Interesting.
Totally.
That's interesting. All right, I like that one. Okay, any other
My
icks?
pageant ick is people's choice voting. I don't like it. Especially when the said people's choice voting gets you into gets you a spot in a
and
top
it's
15.
paid.
Egregious.
Yeah.
Egregious.
For me, it's just you paid an entry fee. That's your fee. Like, be very upfront with the pricing, and it's not. People don't have to do people's choice. Some people just don't do it, and that's totally fine. But if it gets you a spot, I think it knocks someone out that deserved the recognition from their work that weekend. No shade to people who do that, but it's just, for me, it was another one of those things. I will not be doing people's choice. And
Next year she does people's choice.
I will not be doing people's choice.
Because people's choice is like
vote.
it's usually just voted online, right?
USD.
Voted online. And the thing is with the paid voting, I've seen it done a bunch of ways, and I understand why they do paid voting. It's to prevent mass voting or like bots and scams and things like that. So like it's like at least legit votes. So if you're paying $1 for your daughter or your sister, it's like it's a legit vote, but it just ends up being who can spend the most amount of money sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's done a lot. It's done a lot across the board. Everywhere.
Actually,
there's a lot of grand slams too that do it.
Yeah, and not even just in pageants. I've seen, like, I remember there was again, online music competitions where, like, I don't even enter those anymore, where it's like, whoever gets the most, because then you're like, it's just whoever's got either the most time to spend clicking over and over again, or just raising money. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I don't like that.
But not everyone raises money for a good cause.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
That's an ick.
There's
an ick. Yeah.
That's a big ick.
Yeah. I don't even know. I think that's definitely one of my icks, but even though I did it on stage, capes. I love a good cape, but if you don't know how to use your cape, it like
It can
as a
get
dancer,
messy.
it drives me literally. I was like, get that cape off your body, or like do something with it. It's like really if you do choose to have like an accessory piece like that, be really intentional about where you're working. I think there's a lot of time for people to have prep to do their walks in their own time, even at your home. Do it before you hit that stage, because that weekend is so wild. Like you have no time to think. You gotta already be in muscle memory. So if you don't know how to use that cape, I just stare at the cape the whole time, it like in your hand on stage, and I just missed out on your whole walk because I just watched that the whole time. So that is one of my like small little pageant icks. I love it if you know how to work it.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like it's the same thing like in acting and stage stuff. They're always like, you should be practicing in your costume, because if you introduce something on the day, I bet pageant stuff is very similar, right? That's why they say like always practice in your heels and stuff, right?
Oh,
And in your outfit.
and
Yes.
Pageant coach Jeanette would say so.
yeah.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
What about you, Catherine?
Okay, so I need to zoom in.
She needs a zoom
I
in.
need to zoom in.
Cameraman.
She's serious.
The pageant wardrobe cost is such an ick. Okay, let me be honest. Let me get you the
She's
inside.
like, I need a close up.
I am a cheap queen.
Yes.
I'm cheap, okay? And then like, what people don't know is my fun fashion, $40.
Love.
$40.
And
it won.
fab.
And it won best fun fashion. And evening gown, reuse my prom dress.
Love it.
Zero cost. And the black dress, I had it in my wardrobe.
Shop to the closet.
Love
Those
that.
earrings, $2, right? So at the end of the day, like, that's my ick. Thinking that having the $1,000 wardrobe is gonna get you somewhere. You're gonna look pretty. Don't get me wrong, girl. You're gonna look pretty. But there's so much more than just wardrobe. And like, I don't think people should be shamed for not spending a lot on pageant wardrobe.
Yes.
I was cheap. When you think about it, $40, $45 with the earrings. That got me the crown, okay?
That's why she needed her
like,
close-up.
honestly, like, that's my ick.
Yeah.
That's my ick. Thinking that spending thousands and thousands on wardrobe is automatically gonna give you a win.
There's so
You
many
can't
girls
do it
who
up.
spend so much money on their wardrobe and they don't even place.
Yeah.
Well, I almost think it could even be related to like what you were saying about the cape thing, right? Is it's like, say somebody spends all this money on getting this really expensive thing, but it's really comes down to like, if you don't use it, how you
Exactly,
don't walk,
that's
right?
very
It's
true
the
too.
performance that they're scoring at the end of the day.
Not the
Yeah.
outfit.
Fit of an outfit, you can take any dress and make it fit you really nice and
Yeah.
have it look like a really luxurious piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's going to score just as well, if not better, than some people. So,
Yep.
yeah.
I've got to imagine there's, I know the pageant world, it's probably similar to like any industry. Like I know like weddings, for example, as soon as someone, like there's an entire industry of like, oh, that's for a wedding, it's going to be this amount of money.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of people in the industry who kind of,
Yeah.
oh, you want the best gown? Okay, it's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Liz and I are looking at each other like, yep.
If you want like a crown box, they're like $150 and up.
But
Mine's
if you
from
want a
IKEA.
makeup box,
Yeah.
IKEA. But like there is like that same industry, but as you said, I think there's a lot of sustainable queens coming out nowadays too that I
Like,
love.
come on, thrifting.
Love seeing that.
I rent my
Resale,
dresses.
the Queenly app
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
put a little
Queenly
shop.
app. Like, I think that's an amazing like thing.
What is
honestly.
the Queenly app?
So basically, it's when Queen sells their pageant wardrobe out to other queens in different system or sometime
different
like
parts of the world.
So those same outfit gets reused, and like we love that. And it's cheaper because it's already like it's worn before. But let's be honest, pageant outfits, you wear them once.
For like
Yeah.
30 seconds.
30
at that.
seconds.
yeah.
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 You round up the corner to the stage and poof, it's already gone.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, the Queenly app was a very, very nice idea for pageant girls. Like,
Yeah.
I really think it's helpful.
I put everything on Facebook Market.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
marketplace.
good. Yeah.
My mom gets all my dresses off of like Facebook Marketplace and secondhand from other queens. So
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
they
my
look
gown yesterday was from the Philippines and it was $30. So
There you go.
I'm like,
Love it.
I am also a cheap queen. Don't worry, Catherine.
Like,
I think it's the same with clothing as well, right? Like you.
Yeah,
can,
you wear the same clothes. I
Well,
make fun
I mean,
of them all the time.
I have very
You
few
wear the
clothes,
same clothes.
but I also like I love going to like Value Village and stuff for things.
It's
Yeah.
fun. The hunt is fun.
oh yeah, the hunt.
Yeah.
This is an old shirt.
That's been
Yeah,
around since like
2019.
days.
Because when did you make this for your
2019.
2019?
2019 pageant.
Yeah.
Still going strong, Regine.
It made it through COVID.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, like with clothing especially, I think it's the same thing where how the brand is not as important as like how if it fits you right.
It's
right?
how
Like,
you
that's
wear
always
it.
what matters.
It's
Yeah.
how you wear it.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
What's your pageant ick? You've been around enough.
I'm sure you have some.
You're the one that asked the question.
I mean, if I had to pick one,
what's your pageant ick as a member of the crew?
A media person.
yeah. Let's say, and also
You're
even-
behind the scenes and on stage.
or as an MC as
Yeah.
well. Almost the ones that really don't have any concept of time.
Yeah.
So,
But no, like,
Yeah.
and I'm
That's
saying,
real.
well, like the first pageant, in fact, let me say it, the pageant I competed in, and they got a lot better, okay? But the pageant I competed
because
in,
you started hosting it.
actually,
He keeps them on time.
but it was like it might have been 6 hours. It might have been.
Wow.
I'm trying to think.
And how
now.
many of there were you? Like 5?
I can't remember anymore. But in terms of like it wasn't like 50 or 60 people. It was
wasn't
like,
a multi-divisional pageant.
Yeah.
It was just you.
I think they just put too much stuff in the night. And I don't know. And then I remember there was a really long wait. I can't remember. It's all hazy now. But I just know I've been to a lot of them where it's just... I like, again, from like just the performance, the theatrical side of it.
Yep.
I like the idea of like, what time does it start? It starts at this time. And then it ends at this time. I like that. And obviously
6:30.
10, 15 minutes here and there. Okay, yeah. But like hours, 2 hours,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, you're putting on, at the end of the day, it's a show.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're putting on a show.
Right.
And so part of the show is like, it's,
Maintaining the show.
yes.
Well, like,
So-
because we MC together quite often, and he'll be like,
Yeah.
"What time do we start?" I'm like, "Well, it says 7. Okay, we're starting at 7.
Yes.
And the usually the organizer's like, "Okay, we're not going to be ready for 7." Or you're like, "Nope, we're starting at 7."
Yeah, and actually, there have been events, not even just pageants, where I can tell that it's like, oh, so we're about 5 minutes from when they said they're going to start, and nobody's doing anything to actually start. And then I go over to the organizer. I'm like, so what time do you want to start? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go over. I'm going to start the show now, right? Because it's like
It works.
there's
You just
no
need the push.
Yeah, because like there's no reason. What it needs is that there needs to be somebody who's just kicking it forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People get ready when they need to get
Yeah.
ready.
Yes.
You're like, "You need me backstage? I'm coming."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would probably be my ick. And it's not just exclusive to pageants, but it's just like, again, 10, 15 minutes is not a big deal. Even a half hour, I mean, it's still a live event. But there are just times where...
You're half an hour
I was like,
late today.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It's fine.
It
but
happens.
I've just been to events where I'm like, especially again, being behind the scenes, seeing what's happening backstage and being like, why is all of this happening now? It could have happened like a month ago, and then we wouldn't be sitting here now. Anyways,
I get that.
that's mine. Did anybody else have any other icks?
Regine, I want to hear yours.
Oh yeah, what's your pageant ick, Regine?
You
I'm
can't get
trying
out
to
of this
avoid
one.
them. Like, Scott, what's
You
your
can't
ick?
get out of this.
And be specific. Who did it, Regine?
I have a lot of icks, but I think like you've all said some that I completely agree with. I was like, yes, keep going, keep going. I would say I love pageant moms, but when you get more competitive than your daughters and it becomes about the moms and not the girls, and they're sabotaging other girls. Like I coach littles and like the junior divisions, and so hearing like, oh, so and so did this to my daughter's dress when I walked away from it the night of the pageant, I don't like that, because it's like the senior division, if you splash water on her dress, cool, you can hash it out because you're two grown people. But for kids, if a parent does it to a kid's dress, it affects the kids more than they actually realize it.
That's crazy behavior also.
And I saw
Yeah,
it
like,
yesterday.
that's insane.
It's
Wild.
I'm gonna say it,
But not surprising.
but like
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it, I
unfortunately.
heard about it yesterday,
Yeah.
and I don't like that. And I'm like,
Me neither.
if I knew who it was, I would have been like, what the hell are you doing? Because this is not about you; it's about your child.
I'm lucky I didn't hear about that.
You were busy doing your own stuff,
Yeah.
but it was just like like if that was happening at Canadian National Miss, and I was like, Liz, I just heard that. So like we've heard of girls cutting up people's outfits
Absolutely.
at international pageants, at
Yep.
national pageants. It's like, why?
Spilling.
Oh, they don't know me.
spilling
Wow.
and food on purpose.
would
Yeah.
not.
But it's like, what bugs me the most is when it's moms. Like, you're grown ass women.
and it's always
Don't
the-
do
it's
it.
always
And you're
the
the
moms.
example. for your
Yeah.
kid.
That's reminding me of like it must be very similar vibe to like I guess in general, I grew up with hockey parents.
Yeah, like a hockey dad. Yeah.
But like, I think sports in general, dance, like you said.
Yeah.
I think when you get those parents who are just, I don't know if it's like, what do they say, the living vicariously thing?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
And the thing is, they actually, like, I remember my experience. I was lucky. My parents were always very supportive. My dad was a great hockey dad.
They're in the chats. They're very supportive.
There you go. But I do remember like playing either against teams, or there was a couple times when I was on teams where like there was always be one of those parents who's like screaming so much, yelling at the refs, yelling at the coaches, and you can see when you look at the kid, it's like destroying their experience, and it's like
and
you're
it's
actually
embarrassing them.
Well, exactly, yeah. So like you're making this not fun for everyone,
Exactly.
and it's just.
And the worst part is the
Yeah.
kids have to go home with that parent.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but they don't say anything. Like, there's amazing pageant moms out there. Like,
There's
your
so
mom,
many
Maddie,
amazing.
is an amazing pageant mom. She is super supportive.
She's had her
She helps-
Karen moments.
Yeah, I was there with you when it happened.
care.
But
We love
it's
her. We
different
love her.
because your mom and like other moms, like Lindsay, your mom, like the Galaxy moms last night, Dawn,
There's a lot of
and all of them,
great moms.
they're all super supportive, not just for you, but all the other
Yeah.
girls backstage.
And
It's
that's
a
how it should
family.
be.
It's
Yeah,
That's how
we
it
could
should
like
be.
lean on your mom like the whole time.
Yeah,
She
like
felt
I
like
had to
another
say that
mom.
because I feel like Maddie's gonna watch it and she's like, "What?"
It's very few, but the thing is, like you mentioned, there's always going to be those moms or parents
space.
in any industry, in any sport, any competition. It's unfortunate, and it definitely takes away from the kids' experience. But
That is my.
Yeah.
that's a good one because that really bothers me.
Oh, I was so upset yesterday when one of the moms was like, "So and so spilled water on my daughter's dress." When I turned around, I'm like, "Your dress has been hanging there for the last 5 hours. You already steamed it. Showtime is in an hour.
It's not okay.
That's not fair to you, to your daughter." And like, I can keep
just
going.
awful.
About more icks? That's another episode.
That's a good. That was a good.
Those are great questions.
That's a
Scott.
pageant sit-down segment, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have no guest, Liz. Wednesday, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Pageant icks.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds like anybody have any others? Maybe?
You know what one bothers me is like unsafe stage conditions.
Oh.
Have you guys
Let's talk about it.
Miss Grant?
Let's talk about
Yes.
Let's talk
oh,
about Miss Grant.
Let's talk about
my
Miss
God.
Grant.
Okay, tell me about
So
Miss Grant.
context,
Crazy.
Scott. It
Yes.
was the swimwear competition. It's in Vietnam. It was outdoors.
Okay.
It rained.
typhoon.
All right.
Rain.
Rain.
The pathway, I think it was tile.
Yeah.
It was like a glass.
It looked like glass.
It was a
Yeah.
glass
Look like
panel.
glass, yeah.
Yeah.
Like at a pool deck. A
So
glass
imagine it rains, you're
Okay.
in heels, the floor's wet.
So it's like
it's-
really,
it's
really
It's a slip and
slippery.
slide. But this isn't the first time Grand.
And
has-
they made them still walk on that.
Was it
And
One
they didn't walk.
Dominican
They
Republic
slid.
that like
Oh.
bruised
All of
her
them.
entire body?
Oh, it looks so.
And so they cut the pad. They apparently took it out of consideration. They're redoing it, but
Do it
all these
inside.
girls' ankles are
Already
wrapped.
busted.
Yeah. like-
Gosh.
I mean,
And
Canada killed it.
Yeah, good job, Canada.
Just saying.
And it's not like it was like a walk back and forth. Miss Grand is very
Like,
performative, a lot
Yeah.
of posing, a lot of turns,
I
and
see.
it's a very long stage pattern. And it was people were falling at the same spots, and it was just like one after another.
So sad.
I was
It's
like,
really
why did
sad
the
for the
director
girls who
walk
worked
on
so
it
hard.
first to see?
What's
know,
weird?
like-
Yeah.
I mean, a slippery like surface like that already seems like a bad
Try walking
idea.
on slip and slide.
So
Just to
dangerous.
start.
Or on ice.
Yeah.
Walking in
In
heels on
heels.
ice.
That's why
Yeah.
probably the Canadian did well, because at least we.
Yeah, true.
She wore her skates.
Wait, just in my bucket.
I think you'd like a surface with some grip in general would just be better, right? Like most of the like dance floors or runways type things.
You'd think.
You'd
Yeah.
think, but that's not necessarily like. I feel like there's tons of like pool runway shows these days, and like a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of technically unsafe.
There's some girls who've fallen in the pool.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Like on top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
then
makes sense because
put
pools
them in
have
the ring.
tile and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
But honestly, my take is that like, okay, yeah, they were in heels. They were like on this very slippery surface, but they were in those itty bitty bikinis,
Yep.
and you're falling like that.
What if
like
you have
honest,
spillage?
I know.
right?
Yeah,
like
that's
honestly,
true.
that does not sit well with
And it's
me.
live streamed.
On,
It's like-
literally live.
Like something could have happened, and somebody could have a little accident and
But wasn't
everything, and
there-
Yeah.
everything was on
Embarrassed for
camera.
life.
Was there a nip slip
Embarrassing.
Sorry.
Oh,
There was a nip
there was
slip
one
last
year where
year.
it was one really bad swimsuit choice from the organization.
Liz
it
and I
was-
FaceTimed each other.
we
Did
were
you
like, "Are
see
you
that?
seeing this? I think I have to turn this off." I don't.
So when it went like the nip happened on the live stream, you actually saw.
Oh, every swimsuit. It was just a really. It was a sponsored swimsuit. I'm assuming because they all had the same
Oh.
one. and yeah, didn't fit anyone well.
That's
Didn't
an
matter.
ick. That is an ick. I remember when
Sponsored
I did
swimsuits.
Miss Universe Canada. No shade.
Yeah.
The first swimsuit choice was literally, I have a video on my Snapchat because I saved it all these years later, where the bikini bottoms fit my head.
Lovely.
Oh God.
So literally everyone complained about it, and then the organizers had to get new swimsuits last minute. But like, just let people pick their own swimsuits. Everyone has their own
Everybody
body
has different
type.
body types.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you want to promote that confidence, let people be confident.
Just
in
pick a
what they
color.
want.
And if you want
Yeah,
something
exactly.
unified. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Or if you have a sponsor, you know, they bring in like you pick a
think I
color,
have the
and then you
videos.
have them bring in like a selection from that brand, and then you pick
And in
one that
diverse
fits
styles.
you.
Like
Exactly.
here's a tube top, or here's a full bikini. Like give people some.
Absolutely.
And there's
Leeway.
also like some like cultural like things,
Yes.
like people who need to be
That's a
more
good point.
covered, and people. We've seen that in a lot of Grand Slams and a variety of them where they stand out, and like because it's everyone's back to back to back the same thing, you can tell that they have been like excluded from that almost, and it's just not.
We're gonna
Not
get banned from
right.
the pageant world after all these.
We'll build our own. We'll build our own pageant world. Exactly. They can't. They can't
But Grand
ban
knows.
us.
Grand knows. Everybody's been talking
That was a
about a line.
it's been
it was a
very
mistake.
That was a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a topic of
and they
conversation.
mentioned that they said it was a
I
mistake.
found the video.
Well, that's. I mean, I've got to think there are potential like even like legal like
Yeah.
lawsuit stuff, right?
Oh,
like
that's
you're
not
just.
safe. It's not
Yeah.
a safe environment.
But I
at
believe
all.
they announced they'll be moving it indoors, moving further.
Okay, good.
They
Moving
have
forward.
to.
Because
It's been multiple
many
years of problems. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, the idea is cool, but you have to have a contingency built in,
yes.
right?
sure.
Like, okay, if I had to do an event outside, I would,
Always a
and there's the possibility there'd either be like either a cover or like there'd be a non-slip surface. Like these are just things you.
But do non-slip
weather.
surfaces still like not? Are they not slippery when wet? If it
Ide-
poured?
ideally, yeah. Like there are certain.
Like a typhoon?
I mean, if it's pouring, I don't know. You might be in trouble. But I know, like there, for example, like even there are certain tiles. Like there are some ceramic tiles that, like when they get wet, they become slippery, right? But like there are ones that you could buy that they usually they'll install in showers that like the rough surface, kind of the water sort of just.
Hangs. Yeah.
The technologies exist.
Yeah.
They exist.
Not there
Yeah.
though.
That was a great
apparently not.
call out, Mia.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
I appreciate pageants that prioritize safety over production, because I've like dealt with it all: cracks in the stage, bubbles underneath the lining on top,
Leaking
carpets
ceilings.
on stage. We need to stop with the carpets. I'm over the carpets.
Carpet burn.
We also need to stop with the regular stage with the white tile on top.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the
That
bubbles.
moves the bubble.
Oh.
The bubbles.
Wait, so-
It's just for looks, and it's not worth it.
So what is it? It's a.
So it's like the standard black stage, like what we had at CNM and
Yeah.
a lot of pageants that bring in for hotels. But they like just the clean white like stage looks. Like it's good, nice in photos. It looks
Like a vinyl.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But what it feels like when you're walking on it is like a like each step is not
Oh, like it
secure,
kind of
and
moves.
it kind of is like it's like a foam.
There's like
almost.
air underneath
Air,
it.
and it is
Walking
you
on
do
a
not feel
cloud.
secure when you're walking, and it is
Scary.
terrifying.
Just sounds like bad design. Bad
Yeah, it's
design.
not worth the look.
See, Scott,
so
you're
right.
lucky you don't wear heels when we MC. That's why.
Yeah.
We should get Scott in
definitely.
heels soon so he understands. it.
Yeah.
I wonder. I wonder if I would be any good at it.
I think so.
Because it looks very hard to me.
And we're the first to wear heels back in the day.
I mean, yeah, that's true. You look at those old-fashioned
true.
boots, and
Yeah.
like in the days when like having calves was a thing. In the
Yeah.
olden days, and they used to
Them
cut
calves.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that
Calf
was a
moment.
thing.
I think we all have really good leg muscle as queens because we all
Yeah.
wear
Pageant
heels all the
girlies.
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I get a pedicure, I know this is a little TMI.
Oh, no.
When I get pedicures, they'll be like, "Do you want me to get rid of like?" I'm like, "Nope, keep it there." Like
Yeah.
little like calluses.
Get rid of- oh.
I'm like, "No,
Stick to
I
my
worked
shoes.
really hard
I
for
worked for
this."
that.
So
really bad.
those build up from like wearing heels. You get like special.
It's like your armor.
Exactly.
How interesting.
I'm like, "No, keep." Like I got a pedicure the other day. I'm like, "No, I'm gonna be in heels this weekend. Please don't."
Yep.
Need
protection.
that. I need that protection. We should do the ads. Eh?
Oh yeah, it's been a while. Sorry. Oh my god, yeah.
Today's episode of the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. Really fun episode. We're learning a lot of. I like this pageant X.
Yeah, good question, Scott.
We'll talk more about it after. It's brought to you by these fantastic advertisers. They make this show possible, everybody. So let's meet them. The Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you.
Come on, Jeanette.
She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor. That's right. The place I'm in now. She helped me find it and the one before. She's my realtor and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at jmckenziehomes@gmail.com. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry repairs and they change watch batteries, all done on site. They also have laser engraving, Regine.
That was really cool to see.
So cool. Jerry at Jewelry Forever, a fantastic artist. Do you have something custom you'd like made or something, a vision for something you'd like created? He can do it. Did your ring get crushed by a car?
No.
He can fix it. I saw him do that on TikTok. It's amazing. You should follow him on TikTok too. And we have a great deal worked out with them, don't we, Regine?
We do. If you go in and let them know that Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right. 15% off. 15%. Mention the show. Tell them Scott and Regine sent you. Get something special for the special person in your life. Find out more at jewelryforever.ca. Or follow them on Instagram and TikTok. He's blowing up on TikTok. There's a lot of cool behind-the-scenes jewelry things on there. Beautified by Romina.
Internationally trained hair and makeup artist. She is the official hair and makeup artist of the Sit Down.
That's right.
Not only did she do our hair and makeup for our official photos, but she also did my hair and makeup yesterday at Canada Galaxy. She did a lot of people at Canada Galaxy, actually.
Yep.
She kept Liz busy backstage, or company backstage.
Yes.
And she also does weddings, engagements, baby showers, date nights, sunburn touch-ups, you name it.
Yeah. Like the time I had a huge sunburn,
Cover
red
up,
nose. And I was about to go on stage. I went on vacation and then I went in the water and then the sunscreen came off my nose, I guess, so I looked like a weird clown.
And then he got beautified right before we went on stage together.
That's right. And at first she's like, do you want me to do your face? I'm like, it's fine. And then I realized after she did it, I'm like, oh, I'm really glad you did that. Because I looked really weird.
Yeah, so if that ever happens to you, check her out on Instagram and Facebook at Beautified by Romina.
There you go. And if you'd like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do this show live every week, people, and we also do the ads live week to week. What does that mean? It means you can personalize them week to week. Do you have an event, a sale, something happening at a particular time, in a particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's a great way to build a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. Get in touch. Radio Show Ad. Radio Show AD@gmail.com. And we're back.
That
Hi.
coffee's really in there.
I know.
eh?
I was like, yeah, no, but he's like
I
that.
love
with
that.
With the.
Gotta do the ads. Hit the
Sometimes
ads.
he does the ads and he forgets what part of the segment he's in, and he just
That has
rambles.
happened, yes.
And I'm like, wrong ad.
There's been a few times where it's been, especially when we have like sometimes we have like live performances here. And so sometimes during the ad break, the performer's getting ready and I'm like setting up stuff and I'll be like doing the Jewelry Forever ad. And then I'll suddenly just start saying that part, that ending part. And then Regina will have to be like, or she'll like cut me off and be like, oh, that's not what
I
I'm
jumped
talking
into
about.
the script.
Yeah. So that's happened.
I
Sometimes
love that.
goes on out because I'm saying it kind of on autopilot now because I've done it a few
You've
times.
only done it for a few times.
242 times.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's how it goes. Anyway, we're back, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're here with the newly crowned
The first ever
Canadian
Canadian
crown.
National Miss Queen.
and the founder and national director.
Yeah. And my co-host on the Pageant Sit Down.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's right.
Part-time Regine bestie.
There you go.
Part-time.
Full-time, I
I
guess.
was going to say, what the heck? Demoted. Part-time. I'm a part-time bestie.
Oh, well, you know what's one thing I did want to show people? I forgot about it.
Okay, show us.
Well, okay. This is just a shopping bag.
Show
but
and tell.
Have you guys seen? I just thought it was cool. Have you guys seen this? I saw it on Instagram, I think, but it's probably on all of them. How you can turn any crossbody bag into a backpack. Have you guys seen that?
I see this weird like hook around. And
Yeah.
Flip over or something.
Have you guys seen this?
No.
Okay, good. So okay, yeah, we must have seen the same video, but I saw it and I've been doing it now. So
Okay,
look,
so I need to learn.
okay, so okay, it's easier if I was
Wow,
standing. but-
promo. Okay.
Tip
Tip.
representation.
Come on,
This is
Ted.
just a shopping bag I got. Look, so watch. All right. So what you do?
We're watching.
Put it on like this. Okay,
Uh-huh.
first. So it's hanging in front of you. Okay? Then you stick your hands through like this. Okay?
Ow.
Sorry. And then elbow over jean, right? And then
It's like a cape, Scott. Superman.
this would be better if it wasn't black. But
we see it.
But I actually
Slay.
We should make C&M
Is that
tote
cool?
bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
that.
should.
in the video I watched.
He's gonna wear it like this the rest of the show.
In the video,
ready to go.
in the video I watched, the girl did it with like a purse. She had like, but then she flipped it on and it just looked like a. But I use it like I went shopping the other day, and I
But
had
how
like.
bulky was it afterwards?
Well, yeah, it's whatever's in there. It's as bulky
What
as
if you like
whatever's in there.
flip it and like everything falls on your head?
Yeah, I think it's probably like a skill, but I do find
It's probably a skill.
as long as you do it like, the physics, like the stuff sticks in the bottom,
You gotta hold it.
You have to have a
close.
long tote bag.
Yeah, the length needs to be definitely long enough.
Yeah.
Yes. But,
You're just choking yourself out.
yeah, but it's anyway, it was a skill that I saw on Instagram, and I was just I've literally been walking around with this little.
Do you feel like a kid?
I went
going-
shopping for onions. Yeah, kind of. I bought onions.
Dora
and
the
I was like,
Explorer.
yeah.
Giving Dora.
So anyway, these are things. That's why people tune in to learn these amazing skills.
Yeah.
Totally.
Everybody.
Any fun TikTok hacks that you've all learned and now do?
I'm trying to think. I constantly am watching TikTok.
Same.
I feel like there's one I did with my partner who's also like just sitting in the room and then mysterious.
He's been on camera a few times. Sorry.
Just a few times made it, but there's like something where like guys can't step over like a rod or something.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to like
You can't
put
step over a rod, Scott?
I don't know.
It's something about like you just put out like a sweeping, just a rod,
Yeah.
and then you try to step over it with both legs.
Yeah,
But like apparently guys can't do it without falling over.
I've seen this.
Can we try?
That's kind of like the one where
You
you
want to try it? I could stand
go
back
on your
there.
hands and your knees, and then you pull your hands back, and then women
like,
are able to stay up, but
Yeah.
the
I
have
men
seen that
fall
one.
on their face.
There's just some weird
Yeah.
things that our
Interesting.
bodies.
Yeah.
We should do that for the
Just like-
for the sit down TikTok.
Yeah, it's like different positioning of like the center of gravity.
Yes.
Interesting. How does the one with the stick work?
I think you just put it out in front of you and then
step
step
over
over
it.
it.
You're like,
It seems so easy.
Yeah.
But I think
your
it's something
partner's
about
like, why are you blasting me right now?
Was he able to do it?
Oh,
Or do we have
the
to?
silence.
Silence.
the second time round, but I think it's a balance thing.
Interesting.
Like, do you balance and can you tie your shoe and
Can you
stand on one
stand?
foot?
No, you don't have good. I've seen you struggle.
I don't.
Don't say yes.
I wouldn't. I would probably wouldn't describe myself as somebody with good balance. I'm kind of clumsy.
Didn't you almost burn your house down by accident?
Oh no.
Doing the.
Oh yeah,
I
that's because I
don't-
stepped on something slippery. No, I was shooting a video.
that's great.
I was shooting a video with all these
Was it Miss
candles.
Grant?
I had candles all around me. Yeah, actually. But I had like
Imagine.
yeah. But I had a cape, but it wasn't a cape. It was like a curtain that I got at Value Village, and it was really long, so I just kind of had it draped over me.
See?
I had it draped over me, and there were candles all around me.
This sounds so
Yeah.
dangerous.
But then I was on
It was
hardwood floor.
worth it for
Yeah.
the video.
So then, but then the cape, so that it's not like attached in any way. It's kind of just on me. So there are parts of it falling off and stuff. One of it fell off, and I took a step on the curtain itself, and I just like my foot went out from under me, and I very narrowly almost fell, but I managed to catch myself. But I was standing next to like lit candles all around me, so it was I stopped myself, and I'm like, that was almost really bad.
Your girlfriend would have killed you.
Well, if we
Or
could
the
survive,
fire.
if we could survive.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was I don't know. You know what's weird? I'm clumsy. Here's the weird thing. I'm clumsy in that like this. If I'm putting something away, right? Let's say I'm putting a dish away, right? Sometimes I'm so clumsy that I'll drop it and it'll fall.
Yeah.
But then,
Paper plates moving forward.
yeah. But the thing is, I also have reflexes fast enough that as it's on its way to the ground, I'll make an awesome catch. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, if I'm fast enough to do that,
You're just.
why did I drop it?
Because you're too fast.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Your flash.
But I was thinking, like, am I? Because it's like, am I?
Trying
Why
to
am
do
I
things too
clumsy?
fast.
It's just weird. I don't know.
I'm really clumsy, and I don't have coordination, but I'm really good at walking in heels, and I don't know like how that happened. But I like in flat shoes, I trip over myself all the time.
But yeah, I
in
didn't-
heels, I could run, jump, all of it. But
Wow.
yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know.
That's true.
Long jump.
I feel
Yeah.
that way. Like I hate running, but I can run in my heels. I'm like, I'm coming.
That's weird because you think, oh, if you're not very good at this, but why? It feels like it doesn't make sense.
Maybe you're meant to be just tippy toeing instead.
Yeah,
of,
like maybe my foot is just
because it would change your center.
Yeah, I don't know.
So when you walk in heels, I guess are you really putting? Like, do you put much weight on the heel? Is that the trick?
No.
It's mainly you're walking on your toes.
Your feet, yeah.
Oh, interesting. So you're almost just walking on your toes with like a little
boost.
thing.
I put weight on my heel when I go heel first.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like before my toe comes down.
I'm putting like spins and stuff. Like you go
spins
up.
everything.
But
your pivots are always on
you're
there.
right.
I see.
You know who walks on her toes like only exclusively? Mel.
Yeah, Melanie.
I noticed that immediately
when you said that. I was like, yep, Melanie.
It's a thing for her. Like she can't walk flat.
She walks better
She walks
tippy toe.
just flat shoes, heels, anything. It's so
not us exposing a.
Oh, you're saying
she talks about it.
She has badass calves because of that.
It's iconic, and she's at Miss International right now, so I'm sure
Exactly.
that's coming in handy with her.
Yes.
So
You're saying she walks on heels even if she's walks on her toes even when she's not wearing heels.
Yep.
yeah,
I remember at Galaxy.
Like the scene
I
from
was
the
like,
Barbie movie.
she's so cool. She's
Yeah, she
literally
should have been Barbie.
She is
literally
Barbie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How interesting.
Our Canadian Barbie.
our Canadian girlie.
Exactly.
Wow.
That's all I could think about when we were having that conversation. Is like Mel just does that all the time.
She thrives.
you, Mel.
Tippy toes.
We love her.
What did you guys think of the Barbie movie anyway?
I liked it.
I thought it was good. A little heavy-handed, but it was good.
Yeah, there were some parts that I was like I get it. Like I see your message. I wish there was some like more subtlety to some of the messaging, but overall really good. The visuals were out of this world good. Like the colors and everything. Me and my sister actually got to go to like a showing before it even like aired. Like there was like something at Cineplex. I don't know, but everyone came dressed for the Barbie movie head to toe.
Did you?
And they had their cocktails and everything. Me and Katie came in like our pajamas. We felt really out of place.
I love it. You could have been like
we were
sleepover Barbie.
We're like, it's the movie theater. We're gonna go in our comfies, bring our blankets, get our regular popcorn. No, people had like truffle fries being delivered, cocktails.
Oh.
We had our popcorn and we were like, we look really out of place, but we enjoyed the movie.
Moving forward, every time Liz and Katie go to the movies, they're gonna be like head to toe decked out.
Barbie movie was especially like people were getting
It was
dressed up
an
for
event
it.
to get ready
That was a
for.
smart
I missed
marketing.
the memo.
Yeah.
That was probably their marketing budget for that movie.
Amazing.
My God.
Every brand had a Barbie something.
Yeah.
Oh, those collaborations were coming true.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
I like the Crocs one.
His
That
like
was the best.
YouTube little podcast about like his plan for his marketing.
Yeah.
Is so clever.
Really
It's
interesting.
so interesting.
Oh, this is the person who was behind the marketing of the. Oh, interesting.
I'm sure he
I
got
would
paid
love
well.
to learn from that person. Come like that was smart.
Well, I'm curious. Did because it obviously got attached to Oppenheimer, and that kind of I think blew up both movies even more.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've watched the.
I don't think that was
was it planned or that was just fortuitous.
That was just
Just happens.
a happening,
Yeah.
of timing. But a lot of it was like, we're gonna just market this to everyone, and whoever latches on, which is why it was like in every store you went to,
Yeah.
because they marketed to everyone. And then when Barbie comes out, you want to go, oh my God, there's a Barbie shirt in the store, and there's Barbie necklaces, and there's Barbie's this, and
Yeah.
And it brings more people out to the theater. So like, oh, you're at the theater. You get in. Like, there's so many people who just haven't been in so long, and I think they went because it was such a hype thing. They're like, oh, that'd be cool. Then they go to the next movie.
Yeah.
So I think that's what
And-
brought up Oppenheimer a bit because they didn't have as much marketing budget.
And they got the
Near.
girlies. Girlies will sit at
Yes.
home and watch a movie together drinking wine instead of go to the theater, right?
You
Like,
can drink wine at the theater,
Now you
so there you
Now you
go.
can.
so Barbie got I feel like a different crowd out.
Yeah. It was cool to see
Right.
people actually excited about going to the theater again because that was something we hadn't seen.
Oh yeah, like it was
Yeah.
it was more of an event getting ready.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I didn't watch a Barbie movie, so I cannot make an opinion out of it because
That's
I was
fair.
waiting for my mom to come watch it with me because I feel like it's a girl's thing. You know, I feel like every girl went and like either with her like her girlies or like her boyfriend that she won't really
Her Ken.
her Ken
Loyal Ken.
and like
Or her Alan.
Yeah,
her Alan too. But yeah, no, it was definitely an event. Like honestly, I think that's what made it so big is that like all the hype around it, like getting ready, wearing pink, and, like. At some theaters, if you were wearing pink, you would get like free popcorns and stuff. So like people would like wear pink and everything.
I
really
wear
messed
pink
up
all the
then.
time. I didn't get popcorn.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I think it didn't speak to a lot of like diversity. Like, I think they lost a really good opportunity to talk about Black Barbie with Issa Rae.
Oh yeah.
Instead, like Black Barbie is such an iconic 1980. Like Kitty Black Perkins is iconic to the Mattel story, and that just got overlooked.
Yeah.
And I think they went with woke diversity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
think
guess
for
that's probably true, yeah.
Me, there's a little bit of that. I also believe that you can be independent and have your man too.
Yep.
That's just
true.
me.
Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
there's
totally
that.
agree with you. Like there was that missed opportunity. Like Barbie now is, yes, she's diverse. She's whoever she wants to be. But the movie, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I
I
almost liked it. Almost.
I liked like everything about it, like how they brought Barbie to life and the clothes and the backgrounds and all that. But the story itself, I'm like,
Yeah. Well, I think what you're saying is how it felt almost. You saw that there was something they were trying to say, but
Yep.
they didn't quite
They
execute it.
They missed the
well. Well, I also think
Yeah.
one thing I thought is I felt like the movie was a little bit confused in terms of like what it was trying to say, and I think also even Mattel is, because I think there's a problem is that obviously for Barbie is super popular doll, but then also more recently it also kind of gets the criticism for like pushing the unrealistic beauty standards, right?
stereotypical Barbie.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. And so because of that, I think you've got this, on the one hand, we're trying to sell these things. On the other hand, we're trying to make a movie that is trying to be critical, but we can't be too critical because we're also trying to sell it. And you could tell, I almost feel like there's probably arguments between like how much the writers are trying to criticize and how much Mattel didn't want to be criticized and how that goes back and forth. And so it felt like there were times where like the message wasn't always clear, or sometimes it was almost muddled, like, oh wait, you showed me this scene, it kind of contradicts what you were. And I think it's because I think they were kind of arguing with themselves a
They
little
weren't
bit.
able to push past what they actually needed to get done, and I think they ended up just filling a lot of like strange plot points in there. There was a lot of repetition, a lot of repetition, and like there wasn't a strong storyline. Like you could watch the first 30 minutes and be like,
What's
nothing's
happening?
happened.
I think that's why
It's just
also
Barbie existing.
Yeah.
that's probably also why like the trailer was so dry.
Yeah, and people didn't know what was going in, and that was interesting when we went before anyone had ever seen it. We were like, we have literally no clue. Like no one had.
We already saw it and we
idea
still have
about
no idea what it's about.
And that's kind of how I felt when I left. I was like, okay, it's women empowerment. Women don't need this and that and that. Okay,
Yeah.
we knew that.
We knew that about Barbie.
Can we get a different kind of dialogue started here?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I find, like, that's why I say I almost liked it, because I think the things that I liked were, yeah, the sets.
Still wearing this.
I wear my little backpack. It's very comfortable, Richard. It's very comfortable. I'm ready to go.
I was like, what the heck?
I'm ready to go.
Sorry.
But no, it's like, so I find it's the kind of movie where, like, if I don't think about it too much, I liked it. Because, like, the stuff I liked, I will say, I think Ken, Ryan Gosling,
Hilarious.
for me, he stole the movie. I
Yeah.
just think he was so, I think he understood what the tone was.
Yeah.
And he just hit it so well. I
think
love the
Ken's
song.
were the best part of
Yeah.
the movie.
I love the song I'm Just Ken. I'm planning to do a cover for my
Oh,
YouTube video.
yes.
Oh,
So-
Great song.
Can they see it behind? They can.
Yeah. See over there, I guess in the corner you can see those yellow. Those are my in progress Ken rollerblades.
It's not his Halloween
Yeah.
costume.
Although it might
That's
become it
exciting.
actually. I can.
We should be Ken and Barbie for Halloween.
Do you want to?
I mean, I was Barbie before Barbie, but yeah, let's
She has
do
enough.
it.
paint
Maybe we
to
should.
go around.
I'm gonna have a Ken because I have to put a Ken costume together for the
Can
video
you make
anyway.
me one?
That'd
I
be
can shop. I'll look for stuff.
hilarious.
Okay,
I'll see what
cool.
I can find.
That's awesome.
Stay tuned.
And again.
I'll be Alan. You be Ken.
Perfect. But yeah. So anyway, for the movie, I liked those sort of superficial things, and I laughed at some of the gags. But then if I think more of like what is it saying, and also like something I didn't like, and not even necessarily like, but it was just like, so they're in Barbie World, and Barbie World is like very fantastical
Wait,
and silly.
some of them haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I'm not going to spoil anything,
We don't
Don't
care.
spoil,
but
don't spoil.
but yeah, but
She's like, I'm waiting for my mom.
so we know like from the trailer that Barbie goes to the real world,
Yes.
right? What I found was that I was confused in that I thought their portrayal of the real world was going to be kind of more realistic, which would then like
Yeah.
sort of make it like
It was.
Barbie world is so crazy, and then the real world is like, wow, Barbie doesn't make any sense here. But then they made the real world very fantastical as well. So it was kind of like, oh, so everything's just kind of silly.
It's a movie.
Yeah, but there are good movies. I just
But it's
thought
a movie.
Good movie.
They're
Yeah.
good bad.
Yeah.
it just felt again whatever. I almost liked it. I
I
almost
think
liked
that's
it.
a lot of people's opinion. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
That Billie Eilish song at the end, though.
That's good.
Oh.
Good old Billy.
Every time I hear that song, tears immediately. I can't control myself.
The soundtrack was the saving grace of the whole movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the costumes.
Sets were awesome. Like, I think it's so cool they built like full size,
Barbie
like the
Dream
toys,
House. Crazy.
life size, right?
I want to
Like,
live there.
Like my mother-in-law, after watching that, she's like, I want a Barbie. I'm like, okay.
Well, that's
I love that.
good for them.
That's the idea.
Exactly their point.
Because I went with her because I didn't want to watch it, and then she goes, "Well, do you want to watch it?" I was like, "I guess."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I will say, I don't think kids really liked it.
No.
No, kids didn't
No,
get
I
the
feel like
point
it was
at all.
like more like an adult movie.
Yes.
People who played with Barbies when they
Yep.
were young.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I felt
It's a
like
nostalgia.
it was for moms and daughters mostly.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the dynamic I'm
Yeah.
getting from this movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is, again, a kind of a weird choice. Again, it depends who's going to buy them. Because, again, I said this before on the show, but whatever. Is that, like, I find I contrasted a lot to the Mario movie. Because they're kind of aiming at the similar age group in terms of like
I liked the Mario movie
me too.
more
liked
than
it
Barbie.
too.
Yeah, I love
I
them.
was surprised by it.
Yeah, but I feel like, you know, a kid can watch the Mario movie and be like, "Wow, Mario's so cool," right? Like my friend's kid is like 3 and he's like obsessed with the Mario movie. He doesn't even know the video games, but he loves the Mario movie, right? You can't bring a 3 or 4-year-old to the Barbie movie. There were a couple of kids in the theater when I watched, and they were bored. They were like talking in the movie, and I was like, you know, but they were just
I think
bored.
we need to bring the pageant moms and pageant daughters to the movie for some more like holistic healing of this
right.
pageant. I think that would be nice.
Great idea.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Mia?
Um,
Before Scott cut you off.
Oh, sorry.
no, I forgot. Don't worry about it.
If you remember, cut me off.
I do that all the time. I'm like, I have a train of thought. I'm like, wait, let me finish my sentence.
Good idea. Should we do our final segment?
I do want to bring it back to their pageant for a quick second.
Oh, do it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So y'all are going to the Bahamas for a cruise, and you have your trips and stuff. That's all exciting. But I'm curious to know, what are your plans for the rest of your reign?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to start, Donna?
Me? Okay. Well, I'm a student, so technically that's a little bit of a challenge because, of course, education always goes first. And I think Canadian National Miss really puts a lot of importance in that. So, of course, being a student, my time is kind of limited. And I am not in my hometown also, right? I'm in Ottawa, and I moved here alone, so that was another challenge. But definitely, I think I'm making an impact for French girls trying to compete in other pageants, and also petite girls that are competing in like bigger pageants than just provincial from New Brunswick. I love my New Brunswick pageant scene, but trying different things, trying national titles, it's a big thing for us, and I think we deserve a spot. We definitely do. So I'm definitely spreading the words. I am a social media content creator, and that helps me a lot with spreading my message and building that community, you know?
Cool.
I would love to do something like this for my year as Canadian National Miss. I talked about it a lot in my interviews, in my onstage introduction at CNM, that I would love to interview pageant girls, and just like casual interviews, like not like it's like a pageant interview where we're asking about like platforms and stuff like that, but just like showing people that pageant girls are actually real human beings with real personalities, and they can be students and they can be mothers. They can, you know, have hobbies besides pageants. So many pageant girls I know are like dancers and singers and all that. So I'd love to showcase other pageant girls with my title. But I'm sure I'm in a point where I'm struggling because I have a lot of pressure to like make it good and be professional about it, but also I want to start now, so I'm struggling a little bit.
You can be a co-host on the pageant sit down. We can fire Liz and hire you. I'm kidding. We can have 3 hosts for the pageants. That'll be a party.
I have some 5 tips for you, Regina.
Fired. No kidding.
Oh, I love that. I think for myself, a lot about what I talked about my platform for CNM is maybe a little bit different than the work I'm doing. And that's particularly because like the houselessness, mental health crisis right now in not just only my city, but like across Canada is at inflation.
Yeah.
Particularly in Guelph, one of the main buildings that used to house all the marginalized folks has been sold, and they've now all been kicked out. So we've got a major encampment set up that we set up last week. So I've just been working really closely with them. We're working on with like the city and some local people. I'm figuring out like a Beauty to the Streets initiative. How can we like bring care and compassion, because we can throw money and food at the problem and get people houses, but like we're missing the compassion with a lot of this right now and the care for one another. So that's really my goal, is like, even if it gets 1 or 2 people off the street, great. And if that works towards addiction issues and helping some of those, that does predominantly affect BIPOC community as well in the work that I do. But I think for me, that's one of the goals. And just like spreading diversity and awareness. I think what I realized, especially with our group of girls, is not only are our platforms really different and strong, and while we have very similar personalities, we're also very different, and we come from a lot of different backgrounds. So allowing people to see that that's like allowed and can be thrived in the space and set up for the next big CNM. I'm so excited to crown our next girls. So
I'm excited, but I don't want to give it. You know?
I'm excited to see the dynamic of actually having like queens there for the weekend, because that's something that's like we didn't have
Maddie
queens.
Dale mother for me to help me as well.
Oh my.
yeah,
It's gonna be great.
It'll be fun. And so for you, Liz, what are you, as a national director, looking at, like, how are you planning to grow Canadian National Miss from what it is now?
Yeah, it's a whole new ball game now that I have real people to post about and talk about. Obviously, the trips, I think, are going to be a big marketing opportunity, just showing that, you know, we're having a good time, sisterly bonding. So I think that's going to really ramp up kind of the scale of the pageant. Now that people have had the opportunity to see it, we had, you know, a live stream that was, you know, just a phone, but we got to see it, and we had some absolutely sensational photography from Scott Dion Brown, which has really actually, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That was really good.
Because I've had people come up to me, like literally in the past, like this past weekend especially, be like, oh my gosh, we saw that stage shot, like that was incredible. And people are noticing it and seeing that it's now a viable option.
Oh yeah, we're spreading the words. We're like the social media. We're doing it.
Thank goodness for all of them, and with them helping me, it's gonna be, you know, so much better. We already have some registrations for 2024, which is really exciting. Now that we have our Mrs. division, so I'm really excited to welcome all our lovely married Canadian women to Canadian National Miss. They were always welcome, but under the Ms. title, they were welcome. So now they have their own category, so they can have their Mrs. because they earned that with that ring. So
and the money they spent on that wedding.
You can do those ring photos that the Mrs. Division always do.
Okay, those are fun photos, Kay.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully bigger, better than ever before, and spreading more of the platforms. Like we mentioned, for me, it was really essential that we were making a difference, and that not only were they just talking about the pageant, but we were like enacting these causes throughout our year, and promoting all of what these people care about. And you see they care about a variety of different things, so we want to make sure that we're covering everything, because we took the time to hear their personal intros and why they're there, and they shared that in the interview. You know, the interview is 3 minutes per judge, 5 judges. You can do the math. It's you're in there for a while speaking about your heart, and why would you do that if we're not going to use it throughout the year? So that's kind of my next really big goal, is to let's start pumping out these initiatives, not only of our queens, but of our new 2024 class, because they're just, you know, they're just as important. CNM queens are CNM queens through and through, whether you're national or city. So welcome aboard. Let me know if you have any questions. Registration is open. So
and come join.
Join the family. It's a new family, but we're fun. I've never laughed so hard in my life. Like,
we were having fun.
We just have a good old time. So I'm really thankful. Like, had amazing contestants, but I'm so happy with my inaugural queens, because it's going to be a really fun year, not just
that cruise
effective
gonna be
year.
fun.
That cruise is going to go wild.
I think it's just I think the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Really. Just seeing where it started and just seeing how well, again, it was your the first time, you know, and witnessing it and talking about all the ick things we talked about.
Yeah.
There were
and
no
how this
icks
one
there.
didn't have those, you know. It was just like, I just feel like if the sky's the limit, I think it's going to just keep going. I think it's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, and I have a lot of great support in the pageant community, which is really, really helpful. Like, I've been in it since I was a baby. Not everyone knows me, but I try to know everyone.
Yeah, stalker.
And it's really paid off. So it's a dream come true. Like, as I said, I'm 22 years old. It wasn't, you know, an easy thing to do, but it was a dream, and I wanted to do it, and so I just did it one day, and
Now you're
it
here.
worked. It
you
worked
stuck.
by some miracle. So yeah, thank you.
Yay.
We'll also, I guess we should add the links in the description for people who are interested in joining. I think right now the Instagram for the Canadian National Miss is down there as well as all of them, but we'll add any other sites we need if people are interested in being part of an amazing new system.
And if you want your pictures taken by Scott Dion Brown, there you go.
Oh my gosh, so
That's right.
good.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is he hired for next year?
Well,
If he's
Throw him out,
free,
like,
I
by the
want. Yes.
There you go. No, it's awesome. And I think the best part is, like you said, Liz, you're not part of like a franchise, and there's no mandatory rules, so you can do whatever. Like Scott said, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want.
There's always ideas brewing in my head. I
Oh, we
always
know.
have new things coming, so you got to stay on your toes and follow CNM to keep updated.
Be on your toes like Barbie.
Be on your toes. Yep.
Awesome.
and now we have one more segment. Okay, we have one more segment, people, on this show. And I think, so we'll just have one of them be the representative of CNN, yeah?
It's up to you.
Okay, I think we should. Yeah, why not? Or do you, no, one is better.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, well, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's edition of the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Oh my.
They can't even hear the audio. That's
Yeah, there are monkeys making noises right now. Okay, so every week we have this segment on the show, and yeah, because usually we have like when we have a group, that usually you guys choose a representative who wants to compete. But what I'll do is we'll explain the rules first, and then you guys can choose who would like your representative to be. Okay, so this is the classic game, Barrel of Monkeys. I think it's been around since like the 60s. I think we looked it up before. So do you want to do the demo?
Sure. Since
Okay.
you have a backpack on still.
Yeah. You're
All right.
Distracting.
So, you want me to talk and you
talk and
do
I'll
it? Yeah.
do the action?
So the
Sure.
classic game, Barrel of Monkeys. It starts. We put 1 minute on the timer. Okay. I'll say 3, 2, 1, and the barrel stays on the table. Then I'll say 3, 2, 1, go. Grab the barrel. Pour out monkeys. You then grab a monkey.
The pressure.
Use that monkey to pick up another monkey. Okay. And then you use that monkey then to grab another monkey. You're trying to make a chain of monkeys, right? So like exactly like Regine's doing there. Now, you can see here Regine has 2 monkeys on the same monkey. That would count as 1 because we're counting links in the chain. Okay. Also, so yeah, you're grabbing as many as you can in 1 minute. The monkey in your hand does not count towards your total. And it's basically when the minute goes up, freeze, we'll count the number of monkeys, and that'll be your score, however many you can get in 1 minute.
This is why Scott doesn't let me do the demonstration.
Well, no, I think you're doing pretty,
I think
you're
you're
doing pretty
doing
well,
pretty
actually.
well.
Yeah. So anyway, that is the demo. That is the Barrel of Monkeys Championship. Who will be the representative for Canadian National Miss?
I don't know.
know.
Do it.
You're the director.
Yeah.
I knew this was coming. Okay, I'll do it.
Let's shake up the
So
monkey
have you ever played this game before?
No, but I watch it all the time on the sit down, so I'm scared.
So this is going to be your first time doing it. Okay.
Actually, while Liz is getting ready and you're prepping,
Yeah.
Liz has watched many episodes to the point that when the Nina Curry episode happened, she was the one that texted
yeah,
being like,
that's
"Are you guys
right.
going live yet?"
I was
That's
the
right.
informant.
She's been there forever. No, you can't start yet. What are you doing?
I wasn't listening to the rules.
Put it on the table.
Okay.
I thought
so
you've
it's-
watched the episode.
Let's clear a spot.
The dump is included in the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Okay, let me get my.
I thought it was
That's
the
a
beginning of
sentence.
the pickup. Okay.
She was ready. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh gosh, guys.
I'm getting 1 minute on the clock.
I'm getting Instagram.
So what are your
Like a
thoughts?
good cheer.
What are your thoughts
Yeah.
before it begins?
Let's don't let us down.
How are you feeling?
I'm nervous. My whole brand depends on this. So
This is
Your whole
this is the
Yeah,
greatest
this is
challenge.
your moment.
it matches
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
branding though, so I like the red.
I mean, we could have done the blue one.
I think if there's anyone I believe in, it's you.
Okay, great. That is so good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 1 minute is on the clock. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hang on, I'm just finding the thingy.
The music. Okay, 3.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yay, go Liz. Let's go. Go Liz. Go. This is like
Oh no,
hard.
guys.
It's not going well.
Guys.
No, you got this. Just loose. Yeah. No.
Come here, little buddy.
Yeah, that guy. That one's yours. That's that tail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
you guys
one.
picked a
That
good
top one.
representative. Oh,
Oh,
no.
it's okay. You can fix it.
It's all about the soup.
You've
Liz.
gone.
You got this.
The beginner's luck is crazy, Liz.
30
Yeah,
seconds
we
remaining.
believe in you.
You got this, Liz.
This isn't any harder than pageant weekend.
Exactly. If you can put a pageant together from scratch, you can do this.
Yeah, you got this.
Just be careful it
She's still
doesn't
going.
fall.
Gotta go
She's
the
got a
other
good.
one.
She's
Yeah.
got a
14,
good.
13 seconds. Careful.
Yeah,
9,
we
8, 7. I'll stop because it's adding. 5 seconds.
She's going for that one.
Z monkey.
No! She lost one. Can she get it back?
No.
Time!
Yay!
That was pretty slick.
Let's
Yeah.
count.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 monkeys.
I'm really proud of you.
That was
So proud, Liz.
pretty terrific. So
I was nervous there for the first couple of seconds. It was not going so well.
post game interview. How are you
How was
feeling
it?
about your
My
performance?
arm hurts because I was curling hair.
Oh, womp, womp, womp.
I'm just kidding. No, it was good.
Excuses.
Was that more stressful than going on stage for a pageant?
Yes.
Was that more stressful than running your own pageant?
No.
So if you're ever stressed about going on stage, do
Liz,
that.
look at the boomerang. Look at your face.
The girls are like,
Well, overall,
All's
I'd say a respectable showing
thank you.
this time, and we did lose one right at the end
Oh,
there.
it was a
One
tough
guy
blow.
jumped off.
It was a tough blow.
But should we update the standings?
Yes, please.
All right, let me.
While you do that, we see Andrea is in the chat saying hello.
Hi.
Oh, wonderful.
That is one supportive queen.
Yes.
Let's talk about
Oh my
that.
Yes,
That is
she
a very, very
is.
supportive queen.
Let me just get the score going.
And she said she was. I saw on her Instagram she was there yesterday.
She was at the fashion show that I did yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah, we hosted a
nice.
fashion show in Guelph, so there's a few queens walking,
Love that.
and it was really nice to see her always out and supporting. It was Michaela from Miss Voluptuous, Jewel, Miss
I love
Ontario.
them.
Yeah, some good folks.
Yes.
Or shall we look at the scores?
Yeah.
So if we go to the monkey standings,
How do I compare to the other pageant girlies?
so 5 monkeys puts you,
You're tied with
Karina.
There's no pageant queens there. Oh, Jaylen's a pageant girl.
Yep.
So we'll add Canadian National Miss Elizabeth on there.
Good for you.
In first place is still James Nickel with 10.
10 monkeys.
Absolutely devoured.
And then myself, Scott, and Thea Asadilio is second at 9.
Yep.
East of Nowhere, Jenna Marie Donnelly, Anna Greensmith, Leticia representing Team Canada of Galaxy 2022. Whoa, thanks for closing that. I was reading
Oh,
that.
you were reading that one? I thought you were reading this.
I was. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Read this one.
Mika from JDL. Sir, your phone's not on silent today.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. That was great timing.
the phone was like,
timed
try
better.
and shut me up.
Well, basically, Liz, you are in 1, 2, 3,
Am I in the middle?
4, 5,
Yeah, around
6.
the-
You like
Sixth
I'm
place.
Sixth place.
about at the bottom.
Right in the middle, roughly.
Middle,
Perfect.
yeah.
That's perfect.
I mean, the
proud.
top is 10, so yeah,
proud.
definitely middle.
Yeah, and actually the
We've seen worse.
The bottom isn't actually on the score because we didn't put it, but there has been a 0 monkey score actually.
I was
really?
worried there for just
Yeah.
about a minute.
There's been zeros, there's been ones.
Yeah, the 0 was very heartbreaking because she had a bunch, and they like fell off all of them at the end. Yeah, so it was.
But it's all about the hand placement.
Yeah,
Like if you accidentally turn it too much, it all.
that's the thing. She was holding it kind of. I said to her after. She was kind of holding it sideways like this because I think what can happen is like as you're maneuvering the monkeys, if you're looking down here and you're not paying attention to what you're doing with this hand, you can kind of just
The monkeys
slide it
jumped
right
off.
Jumped off.
I'm glad that didn't happen to me.
Yeah. So yeah, I say all in all, respectable. You know.
Andrea also heard us and says, "I love you all. OMG, it's so beautiful to see my sisters.
Sister. Seen them, girly.
The sisterhood is real.
It is.
The sisterhood is real, yeah. I mean, I felt like I was part of it, and I wasn't really a part of it.
Regine, you're a sister. Like you're part of us.
Scott, you're a sister. You're a part of us.
I'm part of it. I'm part of it.
Yep.
I feel like you've been to so many pageants. You basically are a part of the sisterhood. You're the Ken of pageantry.
Yes.
I'm just Ken, everybody. I'm just Ken. Yep.
Stay tuned for his cover.
Coming soon. Yeah.
Seriously.
We should get everybody's go down the line social media stuff.
Social media's last words from each queen.
Yes. So,
Catherine?
yes, so let us know where people can find you and, final
Okay,
thoughts.
so you can find me at Cat's Journey on Instagram, cats.journey, which is all about sharing my wellness journey, my life journey as a college student, a pageant queen, and just a overall young adult trying to navigate through life and keep being amazing. And I love you.
Awesome.
Nice.
And if you want to see her fun college outfits, you should definitely follow her Instagram.
If you want fall fits inspo, I got you.
So good. So good.
Cool. And
You can find me at Canadian National Miss on Instagram and Canadian National Miss on Facebook. And if you so choose, you can follow me personally at Mia Dale on Facebook, but I don't really post much on there, so follow my pageant account.
Any last words for?
Stay slay.
Love that. Love that.
Perfect.
You can find me at Canadian National Miss. That's MS. Make sure, because I'm an old girly now.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah. You can also find me at Queen of Queens or my company, the Queen Company. And I think I always just try to remind people that you are your ancestors' wildest dreams.
Oh, I love that.
Nice.
Sorry.
I like that.
Oh, and it's Queen spelled with a K.
Queen with a K, Kween, Queen.
Love it.
Liz?
I have a million social media accounts, but we'll stick with CNM. So you can follow us at Canadian National Miss Pageant on Instagram and Canadian National Miss Pageant on Facebook as well. Visit us at CanadianNationalMiss.com for registration. We also have the handbook up. That's the new handbook, so all the information for the new year is up there, including the date and hotel information. So we'll be back at the lovely Sandman here at Saga. I'm not sure where we are.
Denny's!
The slide.
Yeah, that water
That's the water
slide.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, registration is now open. And thank you guys so much for having us. We really appreciate you
thank you.
squeezing us
Fun.
in. We were able to all
course.
come down. And yeah, I mean, in terms of final words, never give up on your dreams. You have a goal, you have a vision for something, make it happen. Passion into profit, baby.
There you go. But Liz is not doing this just for profit. It really is her passion.
That's my pageant.
Yeah,
platform.
like just to put it out there.
No, definitely no profit this time, but we're excited to have it just grow, and that was my goal. Money wasn't the forefront of this event; it was the girlies. So,
But I mean, if Liz does want to make a profit, do you want to plug in your other business?
oh gosh,
Please do.
yeah, you can if you're looking for pageant hair and makeup.
There you
can
go.
Visit me at Elizabeth Murdoch Artistry. I will be posting a bunch of stuff. I was struggling to post this weekend just because of crazy scheduling, as we all know. But yeah, I loved hanging out with all the girlies this weekend. And if you have a pageant coming up, you want hair and makeup, give me a call or give Romina a call. She also slays. There's lots of great.
My mom loves you.
And I love her. So we make a great team.
No, seriously, my mom texted me afterwards. She goes, Montana and Elizabeth were so nice.
Good. I love her. Yeah, it's good to have all the hair and makeup artists collaborate. So yeah, visit me there if you have any questions. But definitely visit CNM. We want to
Yes.
see you there.
Yes, join the class of 2024.
Yeah.
So like I said, links for right now are for watching live. There's Instagrams and stuff in the description. But we'll after the show, we'll get all the links we want to add.
lot of
And
things,
they're all down there. So just go down there. Regine,
Yes.
where can people find you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel for the Pageant Sit Down, which I do host with Elizabeth every other week. I think we are going to do an ick episode. We have to now. Yes.
We had to.
So follow. Link is in the description. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Pageant Sit Down. You can find me on my personal Instagram and TikTok at It's Regina Elena. And for pageant coaching, it's Coaching by Regina Elena. Just make it easier. I guess I have to ask you where people can find you, huh?
You can find me right here, where you're watching this very video, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown. Hit the like button if you haven't yet, if you're enjoying this episode. And yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram and X to be updated. That right there. At Scott Dion Brown. But YouTube is the best place. All the other accounts just work as satellites for the YouTube channel. It's where you get all the vlogs. It's where you get the sit down. It's where you get the music. It's where you get it all.
Hang on. Where are you going to be the next week with your film?
Oh, I'm going to be in... Wait.
Aren't you going to be in Durham?
Which one's coming up? Oh, yeah. The Durham Region International Film Festival is happening. Storage Room B will be screening there. And then after that, there's the Nasty Frames Horror Film Festival happening in Hamilton, Ontario on November 18th. And I plan to be there.
Mm-hmm. So there's going to be no sit down for the next...
So, yeah, we'll figure it out. You know, we have to pre-tape a few episodes. We'll see. There's also Chicago Horror Film Festival. I'm not able to attend.
No, you're killing it.
But it's happening. And then there's one more announcement coming, but I don't think
literally killing it with Storage Room B.
Storage Room B. People are watching it.
Spooky season. Let's go.
It's perfect.
It's a great movie.
I'll show it to you guys. But yeah, so anyway, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown. Also follow the show. The Sit Down with SDB on TikTok. The Sit Down with SDB on Insta. Sit Down Scott on X. The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown on Facebook.
And we're also on Spotify.
And a few other podcast platforms that I don't remember. But Spotify
is the main one.
Yeah, search us up. You'll find us.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
This is great.
No, really, I'm so happy when Liz said that you were all going to be in town. I'm like, Scott,
Yeah,
we need to have all of them on here.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy because, like I said, we were part of the Canadian National Miss finals, and seeing all of you get crowned, calling all your names was really exciting. Being the first to read the paper was even more exciting. I'm just happy that you're all able to join us today. And I can't wait to see the rest of your reign.
Thank you.
And see you next year.
See you next year.
Yep.
Or hopefully I'll see you before then, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Like, hang on.
But for sure next year.
Yeah, for sure.
July, right?
August.
August of
24th, 25th this year.
Bam.
Ooh.
That's awesome. All right, so the way we like to close sorry?
Save the date.
Save the date. So the way we like to close the show is so we'll say bye first, and then we'll send it to you guys, and then I guess you're closest to the camera, I think. So Liz, I'll give you take
you get to cheers the camera.
Yeah. So basically you guys will all like say bye or whatever, and then she'll cheers the mug right at the camera lens. Okay?
Awesome.
Makes sense? All right, so
thank you, folks.
guys, thank you guys for being here. Hit like, and we'll see you all next week. And let's send it over to these four to say goodbye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.